Damn, come get some.
Hello guys, this week we're looking at how games have changed from the early 90s right up to now, because let's face it, that is where the industry began. So if you just think about it, it all started really back in the day, in the 70s and 80s, where you literally had a bing and it just went beep, 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 and then obviously evolved into games like Space Invaders and Pac-Man, Super Mario. In the early 90s, games really started to become their own sort of platform. They really started to become something more than just beaming of lights. Games like Wolfenstein and Doom. Now, as computer chips got more powerful, game consoles got more, let's face it, user-friendly and more interesting and more powerful. Games came along on the console, especially like the N64 and the early PlayStation, when you think games like GoldenEye and Zelda Ocarina of Time, and the hours that I personally spent on that. Now, as the game industry evolved and computers got more and more powerful, you then had games that went to the next level, like GTA going 3D for the first time with GTA 3. Do you remember the first time you played that? It was like, wow, look at the graphics. And the first sim games, and all the shooting games and racing games and even platform strategy games like Age of Empire. They just paved the way. Now, along the way, you had game consoles that tried to change the industry forever. Consoles like the Dreamcast that I personally never had, but I know many of you may have done. And some consoles, some companies really tried to change the market with consoles like the Wii. Well, they had their time, and within a blink of an eye, they came and went as soon as they came. And then, okay, we're jumping a few generations now, but really the next big step in the gaming industry are games like when you first played Call of Duty 4 on the 360. Oh my god, was that epic. You then had shooters with more interesting game mechanics like BioShock, and the first time you play GTA 5, what a game. I remember playing that. Do you remember playing that? What a game. It felt like a new era. I think it was the first game I remember having to install on a console, which was quite frustrating, but it was so worth it. Yes, Skyrim. Oh my god. You could do a video completely on Skyrim. So by now the list of games is endless, and there's so much you could do. There's so many games you can talk about. This video would go on for hours with all the games, and there's so many games worth mentioning. But what is the future of gaming? Where does the industry now lie? Now, with the technology of VR getting more and more popular, more and more games being introduced to that virtual reality is definitely something that's taken off much more now than it did the first time round back in the 90s. But where is the future of gaming? Where would this go? Now, personally, I think we'll see more games like Red Dead, in more genuine, more open world games, like more older scrolls and stuff like that. I do think the comeback of the platforms is really interesting. We're going to see more platform games, more retro gaming. And don't forget that a lot of us nowadays just play on our phones and on our tablets. Yeah. Well, there are many, many games I can mention, and there's some worthy mentions I'm going to come up with now. Things like all the Sims games, Resident Evil 4, Civilization, all the platform games. There was absolutely hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, ring the bell to get all the latest videos. Don't forget to click on the links at the end to get more videos like this and more here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to comment below what games I've forgotten about or just haven't mentioned, what games you feel are worthy of the test of time, and what games you've really, really enjoyed playing, or what games you think changed or paved the way, or in game consoles. Anything to do with gaming, feel free to comment below. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, great weekend, wherever you are. And as always, don't forget that you guys, 100% boom rock.